In the 1640s, you had this movement founded in England known as the Restorationist movement. Christians around Europe, they were inspired by Martin Luther, and they realized that they don't need the Catholic priests to interpret the Bible for them. They could read the Bible themselves. We don't need our own theology and our own text to be mediated by this priestly class. We can read the text ourselves and understand their plain meaning. And as a result, they started digging through the Bible, and they found, Genesis chapter 12, Deuteronomy, all these passages talking about the return of the Israelites. They're reading it and they're like, aha, the Bible says in Deuteronomy, it says the Israelites are going to return to Palestine. And they believe this is true. So we need to revive, rebuild, reestablish, reconstitute a Jewish commonwealth in the land of Palestine. And that ideology is pushed to the sidelines at the end of the 17th century when these restorationists lose power in England. And you don't see another revival, let's say, until Napoleon in 1799 when he invades Palestine, because he's facing heavy resistance in Palestine, right? You have these local Ottoman fiefdoms, Jazar Pasha and others, and they're quite fierce and they resist Napoleon's attempt to invade Palestine. So in order to try to bring about support for his invasion, including among the local Jewish population in Palestine at the time, he calls for the establishment of a Jewish commonwealth in Palestine. Of course, nothing materializes from that invasion, but you get this movement in England now in the 19th century, a revival of that same restorationist movement beginning in the 19th century. And you have not like one or two or three, but I'm talking dozens and dozens of priests, pastors, theologians, scholars, writers, travelers who are talking about reviving a Jewish state in Palestine in the 1830s and 40s. You even have the Prime Minister of Britain himself, Lord Palmerston, along with a number of others. You have, for example, a British consul sitting in Damascus who in 1840 publishes a manifesto calling for a Jewish state in Palestine. And when I was in the Ottoman archives in Istanbul, I found this exact manifesto that was published in English. So the Ottomans are well aware of what's happening. These are card-carrying, Bible-believing Christians, and they all believe in this restorationist vision. Many of them are Protestants, and many of them believe that at the end of days, there will be a second coming of Christ. But in order for that to happen, the Jews need to congregate in Palestine, and that will help bring about this second coming of Jesus Christ. And that's this millenarianist, restorationist, today evangelical view.